come on, flipping resets already. How you been?
Good. Hey, tell Mitch I said hi. We missed him.
Who?
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, when I turned out at PRC, he was working second shift.
Yeah, he sent him out.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, which day? Yeah, he's gonna make sure not to do it.
Okay, yeah, there's no one look forward to seeing him.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, yep, take care. Have a good day. Good morning.
Somebody did.
Yeah, I mean, I stuck in that side door. No one else was here yet.
Oh, it was open?
No, well, that door was over there.
Okay.
So I just came in that way.
All of our tests came in late last night, Rob.
Oh, I didn't hear that they came in at all.
I believe they came in after 10 o'clock because 10 o'clock is when I went to bed.
Okay, do we have good news?
It was all negative other than one guy at the prison.
Okay. Well then, I'll make a phone call now and get the rooms cleaned
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Have them rolling out because Harry Yentz was going to get in touch with them.
Okay. Sounds good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. They're negative. If you want to move them out, get the room cleaned and we'll get ready to get transfers. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. I forgot my phone was like,
Sure.
who you're with? Those COVID tests results came real late, and apparently everyone's negative except for one of the males at prison. Do you know which one? a default right now.
Okay.
The other 9, one of them, Russell Reed, is positive.
At the
prison.
yes.
The other 8 they're working on moving them out right now.
I did know that if Bradley, either any of the other 8 were on M block that we could.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I know they're making, Jordan and Prelich are working on it on their end. Sean Myers and Dio are working on it here.
Okay, and I said something to Harry as, to get with Brad or one of the counselors to,
Okay.
it should be covered.
Okay. Good.
Hopefully, they know one of those other ones are in the town. You know,
Should I call Jordan and tell him to double check?
I was sending that to.
Yeah, Brad was on another line when I called, so Jordan.
Good morning.
Got that. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Yeah, it's kind of, when I was thinking that way, I called Jeff twice last night. You want to talk yet? Nope. I'm not sure what time they came in, but.
Morning.
Good morning.
Just a little bit later meeting, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I think it's really.
It was nice to hear a Supreme Court justice say that the agencies of
Is
this
there an agenda?
government are usurping the power of the elected officials. They were not meant to be the fourth branch of government.
Yeah.
It's about time.
I was gonna say, I couldn't put my agenda
You're
on.
gonna-
This is mine. You can. Yep. Here's a separate Geo Report.
Yeah, I just didn't know when you wanted me to go. I have my report with me. When you want to do one or two? Is that what it is? Is that what they're there?
What do you have right front of you?
I know, but I mean, is that what you
It
don't
may
have?
be, it is.
Okay.
If it's within what you would use mine.
Okay.
Judge Butts said she was gonna be here. Not here from the sheriff.
Thank you.
I believe that's what he said.
No, I'm ready to go.
Commissioner Mentor.
Right.
Judge Butts is
I'm gonna call Vito and just make sure he's has a heads up with that. And have him inquire about, anyone else in the house.
Yeah, I can call you.
well,
That's that,
EA is the second.
Yeah. On my phone, it works just fine, like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Minutes, I don't know if you want them that way.
If it's more than one.
Well,
Favors of time.
it's kind of, yeah, that's your call. It's your meeting and your call, how detailed.
It must have went through. But it's already fine.
Yeah, that's good news. That's great. Wow. Winter's going
Yeah,
now.
we'll call in. So, what are they calling?
This is one thing that I will connect in our information on. This is the contract. We're gonna make the commissioners sign. That is an ongoing process moving
That's good.
Actually met with them yesterday, got Jared Kennedy involved.
So on this, I'm gonna ask these questions on the bills.
We're gonna avoid that.
Once. Maybe. Although we didn't know
Yeah, I think they're good. These are usually pretty ones.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. That's a few.
Hey, Rob. Good morning. You have like 1 minute?
How you doing, Matt? Which number is this?
Yep. 0098.
0098. That's 320, no, yeah.
567.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to go into a meeting with something.
Where is he at school?
Well, this
Lycoming?
is totally up to you guys.
Oh.
I mean, that's.
Oh, no, but his major is video and film arts, and he's gonna at least do a
I get
minor
it.
in photography.
That's
So,
fine, I understand.
I don't know if he'll stay around.
Okay, well, just.
Good
wait
morning,
until,
everyone.
like,
Who's
later
all on the
this
line?
afternoon to come from school.
Just what?
Probably Tuesday by
They did it last time, but I didn't read off the whole page. It kind of caught me off guard.
Who just joined?
This section right here.
What's your answer? Okay. I think that's everybody on the phone. Commissioner is there.
Thank you. Right. And we have,
I understand.
Krista is here.
I'm sorry. No,
Don't see the sheriff.
Chief, are you here on behalf of?
I believe the sheriff is gonna call.
well, we'll go.
Okay.
I mean, we'll probably still go tomorrow, but I mean, we'll go here. Stay healthy, it's okay, and how's school going? All right.
Good morning, who just joined?
The sheriff.
Fine.
Good morning, Ward.
Good morning.
Maybe we can do that there.
Do you know if the district attorney's joining us today?
He indicated that he was gonna join by phone.
Do something to
Okay.
for Harry Libby.
Thanks, Joe.
The door was open.
Stay in touch about that.
Okay, well, we'll convene the prison board and seek approval of the previous minutes.
I'll make the motion, Sheriff.
Okay, Maravita, second.
He seconded who made the motion?
Sheriff.
Sheriff made the motion. Okay, any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor? All in favor? Say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries.
Who just joined the call?
Ryan, sorry for being late.
That's okay.
We just started. Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time we'll do public comment on agenda items only. Hearing none, we'll move to the approval of bills. Could I have a motion to approve the bills?
Move.
Ryan, a motion.
I'll
Ryan.
second.
Ryan and Judge Butts. Go under the inmate services, warden, can you explain that?
Yes, inmate services is the stipend that is paid to inmate workers. That would be any inmate that has a job within the prison system, our food service, our janitorial, our laundry workers, any inmate that our outside maintenance worker, that's inmate services.
Okay. And then this Securus Monitor.
That is the company that we contract with for electronic monitoring services for our bail release program.
For the bail release.
Yes,
So that's a substantial number, 18,000. So
that's 2 months, I believe.
that's 2 months?
Yeah, I think if you look there, that was a bill for, for October and November.
But when you look at it from an incarceration point of view,
There's a cost savings, absolutely.
A tremendous cost.
Yes.
so are these under $20 a day for the monitoring? Do you know exactly?
I don't know that.
Okay. Any other questions on the bills? All in favor? Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Okay, we move, could I have a motion to approve the personnel actions?
I'll move it, Maravito.
Mr. Maravito. Have a second?
Ryan, a second.
The personnel actions that we are looking for approval today are for 2 staff members. One is Marcia Thomas, a full-time resident supervisor at the Pre-Release Center, and Christina McKee, a full-time clerk 3 at the Pre-Release Center.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? That motion carries. Informational highlights.
The prison population report indicates that in the month of December, the prison carried an average of 203.26 males, and at the pre-release center, we carried 34 males, for an average daily population of 237.26. There was a peak population in the month of 248. For females, we averaged 24 at the prison and 12.13 at the pre-release center, for an average daily population of 36.13 with a peak of 40. Our average daily population then for males and females at the prison and the pre-release center was 273.39. The peak for the month was 285. We carried 10.10 males for overcrowding and 5.61 females for overcrowding, for an average of 15.71. Our total overcrowding numbers and inmate numbers within the prison system was 289.10. That was the highest month that we totaled on average for the year. The yearly average then was 272.90 inmates per day. You can see compared to what we averaged in 2020, we were at 240.99. So we were about 32 inmates per day more in 2021 than we were in 2020. The prison discipline report. The disciplinary committee, chaired by Deputy Warden Barnes, conducted 32 hearings in the month of December. 29 of those hearings resulted in a finding of guilty with disciplinary lockup time. 1 hearing resulted in a guilty finding with lockup time suspended, and 2 inmates were found not guilty of their disciplinary write-up. Those hearings were held on 22 inmates, 8 of which had more than 1 incident, and staff in the month generated 14 information reports. And Ryan, do you wish to add anything about the disciplinary report?
No, I don't have anything to add.
The next report then is your pre-release center report. The monthly average, again, with work release being under suspension, is 0, but our work crew averaged 34 males and 12 females. So that was the total for the month, and then the year-to-date average, we averaged 30 males and 9 females in 2021 at the pre-release center. Program highlights at the pre-release center that all staff attended ethics and professionalism training. That training was held on December 7th and was led by our training sergeant, Joe DeFrancisco. The report that follows that is your bail release report. In the month of December, the bail release program carried an average of 49.84 clients on supervised bail, 92.58 clients on intensive supervised bail, and 3.32 clients on supervised release serving a driving under suspension sentence. That then averages for the month, we had a total average of 145.74 clients on the bail release program in all 3 categories. The total amount of bed days that were saved by having those clients on the bail release program was 4,518. And then our mental health snapshot is the final report. That is a snapshot that was taken on January 11th of 2022. And on that day, there were 372 inmates within the prison system. Of those 372, 311 were male and 61 were female. When we look at the mental health breakdown, 168 males and 10 females were under roster A with no mental health history. That was 47.85% of the population. 62 males and 13 females were under roster B, having passed mental health history but no active symptoms within the last year, and that was 20.16% of our population. 76 males and 35 females were under roster C, having current mental health issues. That was 29.84% of our population. And 5 males and 3 females were experiencing serious mental illness, and that's 2.15% of the population. The psychotropic medications at the pre-release center, there were 33 males at the pre-release center on this day, and 5 of which were receiving psych meds. That's 15.15% of the population. There were 7 females on this day, and 3 were receiving meds, or 42.86% of the population. Psychotropic medications at the prison, 206 inmates male inmates were in the prison on this day, and 32 were receiving meds. That's 15.53. And 34 females, 15 of which were receiving meds, 44.12%. The total percentage of inmates at the pre-release center that were taking psychotropic meds on this day was 20. The total percent of inmates on meds at the prison was 19.58, and within the entire prison system, 19.64% of the population were receiving psych meds. And that's all I have for those reports. Moving on to additional information highlights. On December 3rd, Deputy Warden Ebner and I attended the Lycoming County CJAP quarterly meeting. On December 9th, Deputy Warden Ebner and I attended a mental health roundtable discussion. On December 14th, the commissioners approved a contract with Insight Medical Group, and that is to provide telepsychiatry services at the prison. On December 15th, Deputy Warden Ebner attended the Prison Reentry Coalition meeting, and that was held at the Community Theater League. And then on December 27th, Deputy Warden Ebner and I attended a meeting with county leadership to discuss COVID protocols and staffing shortages. that concludes all of the informational highlights that I have.
Thank you. Any questions, anyone?
I do. This is Judge Butt. When does telepsychiatry begin?
Well, I guess it is already in the process, but there are, we are working with them. In fact, we met with them yesterday along with Jerry Kennedy from Information Services to review the technical requirements. We also met with them last week. Chris, Deputy Warden Ebner, and I met with the group from Insight and also with the representatives from mental health just to review our schedule. So it will be an ongoing process. Our hope is to have it up and running within the next 60 to 90 days.
So what happens in the interim?
Our former psychiatrist, Dr. Calvert, has agreed to stay on board and be available to address issues between now and then.
But it sounds more like just emergency.
I don't want to say it's just emergencies. She's doing med reviews.
Okay.
But I do not believe that she is coming in person to the prison to meet unless there would be a need for us to have her do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to old business, reentry. John?
Did you guys want us to report back here or up at the booth?
Yeah,
If you
report
can come up here.
please.
Okay, so we're combining both reports, so I'll be reporting for APO as well as for Geo. So for APO, I'll go first. There was a total of 26 sentenced, in APO 49, domestic 0, and JPO 0. Total program population as of January 10th, 2022 was 75. There was a total of 505 discharges, and the overall individual intakes without return to the program was 1,059. Active clients receiving monitoring services was a total of 45, with 10 of them on alcohol monitoring, 33 was on GPS, 1 was on home guard, and 1 was on breathalyzer. The total amount of client intakes into GPS alcohol monitoring services was 1,735. There was a total of 95,228 total days served on monitoring services by all process client intakes. Moving on to the Geo Report. As of December 31st, 2022, the amount of active client participants was 25. Pending intakes was 18. Intakes completed by the Reentry Coordinator was 114, with 89 LSARs completed. Transitional Action Plans completed by the Reentry Coordinator was 101, with a total of 452 sessions completed with the Reentry Coordinator. Total participants in the in-prison reentry program who were released from incarceration was a total of 135. Referrals and appointments made by the Reentry Coordinator was 71, and resources handed out by the Reentry Coordinator was 150. Total referrals made to the in-prison reentry program was 178. 94 of those came from Lycoming County Prison, and 84 of those came from the pre-release center. Of the total referrals made to the reentry program, 14 refused to participate, and 16 were released prior to being seen, and there were 14 people who were referred but did not meet the criteria. As of December, there was 22 referrals made to the program. Of that month. Referrals made to the referrals to the in-prison reentry program broken down by the sentence. There was 47 for probation, 50 was a max out, 36 for new cases, 35 for domestics, 9 contempts, and 1 for pretrial. Reentry service December statistics for Geo. Day reporting center, the average population per day was 74. There was a total of 14 intakes completed for the month of December, with 13 total discharges, 5 successful completions, and 57 on EM.
Would you state your name and your position and how long you've been here?
Yes, my name is Annette Sander. I'm the reentry coordinator, and I have been here since October of 2021.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, quick question. This is Commissioner Maravito. You mentioned 150 resources handed out. What was that, or what are those?
Those could be anything from they want information on how to get those social security cards that they've lost. Sometimes it's educational information. They want to know how much a class at the community college will cost, and sometimes it's how to get their taxes when they haven't filed.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, the next present board meeting will be held here at Executive Plaza on 2/11. We'll go under new business. Any new business? Hearing none, public comment?
I did not see any.
Nothing, Marna?
No.
Okay, very good. So I want to thank everybody for attending, and we are adjourned.
You know what? I don't have a real warm and fuzzy feeling.